All right, everyone. We are now joined by Big Tex. Of course, Leviathan walking away with the dub there against Crew. Congratulations on the victory. Look, let's just cut straight to the chase here. Very different game than from the last time y'all played against Crew. What was different from your perspective that Crew was doing in this matchup that they didn't do in that first time y'all met?
Yeah, they just felt way more prepared, to be honest. And they were also firing on all cylinders. Like, they had a lot of people shooting very well. And yeah, it kind of caught us off guard. They changed a couple comps here and there. I think one comp for sure. And yeah, they were just playing really well together.
Yeah.
It feels like that team sticks in it to the very end. Like, they don't give up on maps at all. Who are the voices within the team that keep your roster stabilized in those moments when the pressure's on?
I'd say actually Aspas he's very encouraging throughout the game. Like, if they used an ult but we lost a round, he'd be like, guys, it's fine. They used breach ult, next round. And I would say Corbin as well.
Right, yeah.
Is also, of course, always a very big supporting figure for the team.
Yeah.
And yeah, honestly, it's all of us. Like, we all encourage each other to just keep pushing.
Yeah. Now, coming from that loss against G2, which I know I'm sure stung. What was the squad feeling after that loss? Because obviously you didn't have much time because you had to think about this upcoming matchup here. Did you guys get a chance to talk about it at all? Or were you just like, screw it, let's just focus on Crew, we'll worry about G2 later?
Yeah, we just talked in the prac room after, right after we lost. We just kind of sat there and we were like, we didn't really play like ourselves today. We were way too worried about what they were doing instead of focusing on what we were doing.
Interesting.
So today we really just came in focused on making sure we play our game and just, came out with the victory.
Yeah.
I mean, you started with a bang on Icebox, a 13-3 where they win both pistols. I don't think I've seen a map like that in a long time. What was the energy like over the course of the entire BO5? I'm thinking back to stage 1 where you played another crazy long BO5 series against G2, back and forth the entire time, and you ended up failing towards the very end. So does this one feel very different, that you still had a long series, but it ended on a high note?
Yeah, personally, I was very tired during that G2 game, especially at the end. Like, I ran out of juice. But I think we've been playing more scrims and practicing more, so our stamina kind of built.
Yeah.
So I'd say this time it definitely felt better later. We were definitely way more focused later in the game. And yeah, I'm proud of the guys.
How do you prep for that to keep that energy up? Because, you're exerting so much when you're up there. The brain's moving a mile a minute. You're constantly talking, constantly thinking about what's coming up next. How do you prepare for that?
Honestly, it's all willpower. Like, I feel like in these BO5s at the end, especially map 5, it's really who wants it more. Like, who can put that extra inch in, and backstage we're snacking to get energy in, and just encouraging each other to just keep pushing. And we say, we're tired, but they're tired too. So
yeah,
we just kind of think about that.
Yeah, no, good point.
Back at the beginning of the season, when you first played against G2, I know you were very chill about it, but we interviewed some of the other players on your team, and they're like, we're winning for Tex. We're out there getting revenge for Tex. How has that evolved over the course of the season? Because it's not fresh.
Hatred.
Yeah, exactly. It's either had time to fester or it's had time for you to forget about it.
So the question is, how much do you hate?
But how are you feeling about going up against them so often towards the end here?
It's definitely fun. I mean, I love playing against them. The first time I played them, I wanted to literally dominate them in every way possible. I remember on Breeze, I just ran at them and just destroyed them, and it felt great. Honestly, after that map, I felt so happy inside. But yeah, honestly, it's the hatred has definitely died down a lot. They're still my boys. They always have been. But I definitely still want to take them out. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So what is the key for you playing individually better than you did in the game against G2? Because that was a bit of a drop-off from you. Yeah. Your recent form, apart from that, has been spectacular. Was there something specifically? Was it just, again, like you'd said earlier, thinking about them too much?
Yeah, I feel like I was really focused on them and not really on my own game. And they're also, their playstyle kind of punishes my playstyle a bit, based on, because I'm kind of aggressive. I take my timings, and they're a very tight and strong team where they punish you if you make mistakes. So I'm just going to be focused on, playing really well fundamentally, and I think I'll play a lot better like that.
Was that an issue with the whole team? Was everyone else worried about what G2 is doing? Because they're very good at cooking up these strategies, the mid-rounding from VALORANT, all the stuff that we constantly praise them for that you also are fully experienced with. Was the whole team worried about this?
Yeah, I don't think any of us really play like ourselves, I'm not gonna lie. And I wouldn't even say it's like a coach fault or like a player fault. It's just kind of, we were just in our own head a little bit.
Yeah, no, completely fair. Well, it was a great question, actually. It came from one of our community members, Spades3, I want to say, or Spadesel, I don't know. Are you nervous going into 5 games and having to play tomorrow? That's actually a great question because you were just talking about endurance. So, I mean, my God, you could potentially be going 10 maps tomorrow. It's going to be a long one. Well, 5, 10 combined today.
Yeah, it's definitely tiring. They definitely have a slight advantage. They had an off day, probably just chilling at home, eating chips, whatever. I was fighting for my life out here. But honestly, I think since it's grand finals, I think we can really pull out the motivation and like willpower to like, we're all going to be a little tired, but it doesn't really matter. We want to win so bad that in grand final, we're just going to bring everything out.
Yeah, can you speak to the motivation here a little too? Obviously, the trophy, it's sick. Being the #1 team in Americas, that's something to strive for. But you've also got champs just around the corner as well. Aspas has been there in that position before and won in Americas last year. Is he bringing that energy? Is it because it's your first time at the tier 1 level? Where's the motivation coming from to give it your all right now?
I'd say it's both. I mean, Aspas has been so like happy and energetic lately. Like this guy's literally bouncing up and down before the game, like so excited to play because he really wants to win America. So he motivates us. We all motivate each other. And yeah, for me, like it's my first season in VCT and I'm in the grand final. So I might as well bring it home, just to say that my first season I won. Just to say I did.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, just for me personally, like I really want to win something. Either it's tournament, Americas, Champions, Masters. Because I want Ascension, but that's just not on the same level. So I really just want to win for me personally.
Yeah, no, I totally respect that, man. And well, congratulations on the win. You're one step closer. Let's go ahead though and take a look at where we are right now because we're now down to our final 2 squads. You got G2, you have Leviathan, BO5, #1 seed for the region on the line, all the goods. I mean, this is it, man. This is the entire journey of the year in this building, in this season, has culminated to this. Does it feel a little surreal?
Honestly, I'm so excited. Like, I'm getting a little bit of goosebumps. Like, I just want to play so bad and just hold that trophy.
Yeah. Well, we've always known you to be a very stoic individual, soft-spoken as well. So to hear you excited, energized like that, I think, if that's any indication of how the overall Leviathan roster is feeling, then I think tomorrow's in for a banger game. 5 maps, or you want to end it in 3?
Let's just end it in 3 and go eat Korean barbecue or something. Like, let's just wrap it up.
Absolutely love it. Well, speaking of wrapping up, we might as well close it out there. Thank you so much, Big Tex, for the interview. Appreciate you, brother. And of course, Sideshow, the entirety of the crew. But folks, you ain't gonna want to miss tomorrow. VCT Americas is closing out the 2024 season in style. We've got a huge block party in the works. It's been building outside of the studio every day. It looks pretty awesome.
It looks good.
Our pre-show is gonna start a half hour earlier. That's news to me. 1 p.m. Pacific. Looks like the call time is going to be a little earlier there, Josh. All right, well, it's going to be 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, and we'll have a full hour of festivities with special guests, live hits from New York, my place, my hometown with Tarek. He's over there. It's going to be awesome. It's a watch party. It's incredible. Ton of surprises. We'll see you then, folks. Catch you tomorrow. Going into this situation, you got a crew team that genuinely feels on top of the world after qualifying for Champion Seoul when no one gave them the time of day. Meanwhile, their opponents on the other side literally created to win a championship, and they find themselves here in a lower bracket final match.
Back and forth. I mean, if you peek this, surely you drop. Yeah, it's too easy right now.
Oh, not like this, bro. Not like this. He just gear-out all over him. Look into this. Kesnit is weak. Shy's already dead. King snaps onto the second. Can he find a third? Yes, he can. The guy just continues to deliver. There was nothing to stop Leviathan. It was a stomp 2 days ago. Icebox was the exact same story. Aspas has already gotten out. He's in the corner. Kesnit with 3 on it. Make that 4 as crew get their third. 2v2 now on the side. Melser trying to get a little too cheeky, but again, a magnetic snap That's going to hurt a lot, but the TP out from Elser, he tries to buy some time, manages to stay alive for a little bit longer as MTA tees off. Waiting on the other side, they have so many things that they can do to delay this. They can do so many things to deny this, but they've run out of numbers. Crew take Haven. And Shy tucking as best as he can. Calm! What a response, getting him down to 1. And Tex wins the war of attrition.
He wants to go for it.
Of course he does. I mean, why not? They might not know Shy's here, man. This sucker punch is going to be devastating. Forget about Shy. It's MTA with 4. This is a dangerous game you're playing. This is really aggressive. The flash on the other side. He's right next to him. Kesnick getting 2. The smoke goes up. Mazino goes down. The spam through from Melser. This is so decisive. Forget about a bonus. Crew stand strong. 13-7. The way of the LATAM representatives. So Spike is just now getting its way out onto site, and there's really nobody else there. The defense has held the line. Stalwart in their approach. Shots not landing for the attack. No position is safe. He's got to know. MTA falls. It's just Sheriffs now. The one benefit is they do have the spike down. That one way, fully disrespected. Aspas has his 4, but Com's left alone in a 1v1. This is very winnable for Shy, and he connects. I mean, MTA, 1, 2, 3, every single one spotted. That's all right, even if the kills are a little bit messy. Still surviving, still conniving, and taking us to map 5. 13-10, the way of Lev. The dart back site, but nothing's been cleared for Heaven. It wasn't being watched. But this is a tough post plan. When you're down in numbers like this, it's not that simple, but Tex just picks them apart 1 by 1. Full 5, full. It's the Lev way to freeze, to slow things down. Aspas finding a scout, finding 2, finding all 3 with the blades. And off of that, they commit now, trying to fight and deal with everything that's up in Heaven, and they do so. I don't feel good about this. The paranoia is out. Aspas able to get a second. Dashing around, staying alive, make that 3. Leviathan are grand finals bound.
In the face of all that adversity that Crew gave them, man, they closed it out. What a spectacular fashion they did it in. I mean, it was hard fought